What's going on YouTube? It's OCK, also known as Alvin the Director. I'm back again with another video. So those of you who are new to the channel, I'm in Officer Candidate School in Fort Benning, Georgia, and we have about 2.5 weeks left until we commission as second lieutenants in the U.S. Army. I'll be commissioning as a signal officer, and I'll be headed to Augusta, Georgia for my signal bullet at the completion of OCS. So I'm really excited about that. Today's video is going to be for everyone who is in 09 Sierra about to head to basic training. So if you're about to head to basic training as an 09 Sierra, this video will really help you out. Whoever doesn't know what an 09 Sierra is, it's basically your college option officer candidate. So you have 3 different commissioning sources as far as becoming an officer in the U.S. Army. You can either go to West Point, which is the military academy. You can commission through ROTC, or you can commission as an 09 Sierra, which means you have a 4-year college degree, and you're going to go through basic training, and then after that you're going to go to OCS, which is Officer Candidate School, for your 12 weeks, and then you'll become an officer in the United States Army. Alright, so whenever you get to basic training, it's going to be just like, everything that you've seen on YouTube. You're going to have, your little shark attack and all that. But more importantly, your drill sergeants are going to know who you are. What that means is you're already going to be placed on a higher level of expectations right off the bat, because you're expected to know a little bit more about carrying yourself as a soldier than your standard 18 or 19-year-old fresh out of high school. You have a little bit more experience, so with that being said, your drill sergeants are going to keep you at a higher standard. So when it comes to behavior, they're going to expect for you to be squared away at all times. When it comes to like standing at attention, going to parade rest, not fidgeting around in line, not goofing off and doing like silly things in the bay, they're going to expect for you to maintain that good discipline and order at all times. You might get thrown in a leadership position. One of those leadership positions are the platoon guide or the PG. What that means is you'll be in a leadership role for about a week, give or take. Every piece of information that you get from your drill sergeant, you're expected to pass down to your platoon, whether that's formation times or accountability, or the things that your drill sergeant might need you to know at a specific time. That little bit of leadership will help you out tremendously at basic training, because they're going to give you constructive criticism on what you can improve on, and they may tell you what you did right as well. So whenever you get to OCS, you'll be a little bit ahead of the curve because you got that leadership role while at basic training. Another role that your drill sergeants might make you have is the bay leader. What the bay leader is you'll be in charge of all the cleanliness in the bay at all times. You may be in charge of making the CQ or fire guard schedules. And also you'll be in charge of making sure that there's good order and discipline in the bay at all times, meaning if there are people goofing off, you gotta kind of tell them to wind down. Whenever you're placed into a platoon of 50 people, and everybody's from different walks of life, everyone's not going to get along. I don't care what company you're in, what platoon you're in, it's just not going to happen. So as that PG in that leadership position, it's up to you to kind of step in and be like, hey guys, calm down, figure out a way that you can come to an agreement so that there's good cohesion at all times inside the day. So your drill sergeants, they're going to talk to you a lot about that whenever you get to the basic training and exactly what your bay leader roles are going to be. So that's just kind of a general overview. Another thing that your drill sergeants are going to kind of expect of you is your PT. So I talk about it a lot. PT is very, very important in the Army. I don't care where you're at, they're going to talk about your PT scores. So you got to be good at doing push-ups, you got to be good at sit-ups, and you got to be a good runner. As far as an 09 Sierra, they're going to hold you to a much higher standard when it comes to PT, because when you get to OCS, PT here it's intense. It's a lot more intense than at basic training. I would say on average, and this just is an estimate, at OCS your average PT score is going to be around a 275, 280-ish. So your PT score is going to have to be top notch as far as being able to almost max out everything, if not max it out. So at basic training, your drill sergeants are going to push you at all times. They're going to expect you to run fast. They're going to expect you to do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups, because whenever you get to your actual unit as a platoon leader, you're expected to lead your troops and lead from the front. And the only way you can do that is by exceeding in everything that you do, even if that's PT. Like I said before, you'll be held at a much higher standard than everyone else at basic training. And if you have any questions or anything like that about
being an 09 Sierra at basic training, you can go ahead and drop them in the comments below. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram at Alvin the Director. You can follow me on Twitter at WhoIsChipmunk. You can follow me on Snapchat at WhoIsChipmunk. I'm Alvin the Director, and I'm out.